welcome back to another stream. A very, very exciting stream. I am so buzzed to be bringing you this one, and we have the Bounce Elements update. So if you're living under a little bit of a rock and you've not been following, a couple of weeks ago I announced that I was gigging with Bounce Elements. They're a brand in Scarborough that started 3 years ago, and they've gone strength to strength, and this August they are celebrating their 3rd birthday in style. And to cut the story short, I got asked to be a part of this booking. I got booked to MC in the second room. It's going to be one of my final MC bookings because I'm taking a step back from taking MC bookings, and I am going out of the MCing game for a while with a bang, most definitely. So I did that stream a couple of weeks ago, and they had only announced the lineup for the room 2. They hadn't announced the lineup for the first room, and oh my days. Now, I think this personally could possibly be one of the biggest lineups that I have been involved in my whole sort of like musical journey. I've been involved with some big names, including like Club Filler, John Neal, Charlie Bosch, Fracas, Darwin, Scott Brown. I've done things with Flip and Phil Ultra Beat. I've done some absolutely mind-blowing things when I look back at flyers and things I've done over the years. And it's really amazing, but this one really takes the biscuit for me. So Bounce Elements yesterday announced their main room lineup, and the main headliner for the Bounce Elements, like, I can't even believe I'm saying this, the main headliner for the Bounce Elements main room lineup is none other than a guy I have followed for absolutely years. A guy that got me into hardcore music, a guy that was a massive part of everything I've done since wanting to do more than just listen to music. The way he mixes, the way he brings tracks in, his energy, the whole vibe of what he used to do. And not only that, the tracks he released with one of his bestest friends and one of his long life partners that spanned well over 10 years of them releasing tracks. It is none other than the bad boy DJ Gamma. DJ Gamma is headlining Bounce Elements with not only that, he is headlining Bounce Elements' 3rd birthday with none other than MC Wizkid, the guy who was always the guy to do it, the guy, there was no other person out there, I don't think personally, who could do a set with Gamma better than Wizkid. If there was a Gamma set with Wizkid, if there was a Dougal and Gamma set, it always was better when Wizkid was on it. Wizkid was the man to host a Gamma set or like a Dougal and Gamma set. Absolutely cannot believe that is actually what is happening right now. We've got none other the bad boy. We've got DJ Gamma live in the house. He's going to be in the house. I feel so blessed to be on the same lineup, but we do not stop there. We do not motherfucking stop there, because DJ Gamma is only one headliner that is going to be showcasing some amazing music at Bounce Elements' 3rd birthday. But we've got the bad boy himself, his duo, his partner. We've got none other than DJ Dougal alongside another absolutely legendary MC who I've had the pleasure of being on the same lineup as a couple of times now. Carl Storm, MC Storm, another guy who is just absolutely amazing on stage. He's the guy to do it, isn't he? He's just absolutely fantastic. We've got just so many amazing names on this lineup. We've got Jacoby, we've got Fallon and Enemy and Fallon, absolutely amazing hardcore combination, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. We've got Alan Ben, we've got Michael Kirby, we've got Swag, We've got James Avon. We've got some amazing people, and then of course there's the whole second room with the Bounce Extreme room, where you've got people like Healy, Lukey G. You've got people like M Cowell. You've got Nico. You've got Fergs. You've got absolutely amazing things. You've got MCCJ Extreme. We've got Winnie B. Just absolutely everything popping off for Scarborough. It's going to be one hell of a night. It's going to be one hell it's one hell of a lineup. It's the strongest lineup, especially for Scarborough, that I have ever seen when it comes to like hardcore music. It is absolutely phenomenal, and I think personally, Dougal and Gamma, they make it sort of one of the reasons why I believe it's one of the biggest and sort of like strongest lineups that I've been a part of. WizKid Storm, we've got Fallon. With Enemy, we've got Jacoby. Jacoby is making amazing hardcore music at the moment. Everything, the lineup just absolutely screams out strength. James Avon and the team for putting this together. It's absolutely phenomenal. When he called me and gave me this booking and said, look, you know, did I want to do the second room on the mic? This was just something. You know, at the time I hadn't fully stepped away from MCing. I was still sort of in a little bit of like undecided what to do, so I was still taking the MC bookings as well as the DJ ones. And when this one came in, no matter how I was feeling inside, like I just had to take this one. When something special calls and something leads you to grace that mic. And I think this is the second to last booking that I will be MCing on. So there's one in September that's unannounced yet. I am DJing as well. That will mark the final MC booking of the year for me, and then that's when I'll be kind of like not taking the, you know, like I'm not taking any more MC bookings, but there's one on Saturday, there's one in a couple of weeks' time, and then there's them two, and then that kind of finishes me off as that sort of, you know, MC Noble signing out for a little while, just while I focus on doing some other things with the DJing and the music production a bit more. But personally, that is for me one of the ways to go out with a bang on a strong lineup like that. And if that doesn't scream to people that put me down and people that said, you know what, like you're never gonna make it, you're never gonna go anywhere, and then that is like a big kick in the face for you, because you know I'm not one to scream and shout about DJs and idols, but DJ Gamma, Dougal and Gamma, I followed them for a lot of years. They were like, if I was to have a hardcore heroes, they were hardcore heroes. There is, and for me, I think they are like one of the, they're one of the very rare set of producers where I like so many of their songs, if that makes sense. You know, take somebody like Utah Saints, like something good. I like something good, and then I wasn't really keen on some of their other stuff. Tomcraft, Loneliness, and then like other stuff he did just didn't really take my fancy. Benny Benassi with Satisfaction never really took any much of a liking to some of the other stuff he was doing. I didn't mind Cinema. Whereas Dougal and Gamma, you know, there was Show Me the Way with JBC, there was Trust in Me, there was When I Close My Eyes, Lose Me Forever, All the Tears I've Cried. Just some absolute belting stuff, Lifting Me Higher. There was Gamma's solo stuff like Ripping. He did a remix of what was the track called now? It's gonna. He did a remix of Over for Me. He also did Rock Your Body. That was another absolute stomper. Andy Whitby and the Ordox with Rock Your Body. It was the Gamma remix. He also did a remix of Hardcore Slut. That was another big tune that I liked. There was another one as well, and it's completely gone. It's completely gone. Missing You. It was called Missing You. Absolute belting track. So to be on the lineup, you know, even if I am only in the second room, you know, and I think the second room is banging. Just to say, the second room is really strong. I'm still proper buzzed to be a part of that lineup. You know, like one of the reasons why I was sort of maybe a little bit unsure about the MC or where I wanted to take it, that it was like there was a missing piece of the jigsaw, and it's like James Avon just came and filled that missing piece of the jigsaw. Everything I've been feeling has all kind of just gone away, and I'm super buzzed for it. I feel so like I've never been so excited to grab the mic again, and it's going to be one hell of a way to bow out, most definitely. We've done a nice little do in Scotland there to really finish off where I'll be DJing. But that will be to be announced there, so I'm looking forward to announcing that one as well. But Bounce Elements, go on Facebook, search Bounce Elements, check the flyer out. I said when they announced the main room, I would come live, I would do an update. I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. But I most definitely was ready and raring to do it today, and I've come live and I've done so, which is absolutely fantastic. And 2024 is shaping out to be an amazing year for me. So many great things have happened. A few not so good things have happened, but you know, nothing to really dwell over. You know, moving into this flat was one of them. I've never felt so happy now at the moment as I do living here. Few things didn't go completely right moving in here. A few things that you know, just were as I thought they were going to be. Not in like a mega bad way. It was more just like things I have to pay and stuff. I mean, I might as well say. So basically, the housing benefit. They were not willing to pay as much as we thought they were willing to pay, as I am working, and I've had to pay quite a bit more on the rent than I first thought I was going to have to pay. And then, of course, the council tax went up as well because I was working. And because of that, it has just made things a little bit more expensive than I thought. And, you know, nothing that's going to put me off. You know, I'd rather pay it and be in this absolutely amazing place, but it was just a little bit of a shock. But moving in here, getting out of the shared house, you know, last year we had a really good year gigging wise, but things outside of music that I suppose I kind of bottled up for a long time, and things that weren't going right, I kept putting it to bed and kind of ignoring that you know, things outside of music wasn't so good. And I always had this feeling one day it was going to come to bite me on the bum. The fact that I was ignoring it, and the truth is I wanted to bury my head, because I didn't want to really face what was happening to be true. And sometimes you know, you can feel like that. So I had a not so good time living with my mum at home, and some things needed to change. And instead of me wanting to, I did want them to change, but like I knew that like the way things were gonna have to change wasn't gonna be so good. So I knew like if I wanted things to change, I'd have to move. And deep down, because I'd got used to the routine, I got used to where I was living. I didn't, in a lot of sense, I didn't want to move because like I was 10 minutes away from work. There was loads of things that spiraled in my head. One of them being my grandparents coming to pick me up. So you know, they're getting on a bit now, and in a bit they don't even live in Hull City. So they knew where the old house was. You know, they'd been coming there for a few years and picking me up. And I thought, you know, it's going to be very hard if I moved somewhere and they had to go and find some other close or some road or some avenue that they've never been down before. You know, and I can direct them, you know, when I'm with them one time, but that doesn't mean they're going to remember the next time. So loads of things were playing in my mind. So I thought rather than trying to sort something, like I'd just stay as I was, but that wasn't doing me no good. But that was kind of, you know, because I thought, you know, if I move house, it's just going to create loads of awkwardness. And then we got evicted anyway, so it came to bite me. I couldn't stay there forever, and I should have done something a lot sooner than trying to keep burying my head and just pretend it's not happening, and live in the house and live in the situation that I was living in. So I moved to the shared house, and obviously the shared house was horrible. It was one of the reasons why I didn't want to move in the first place as well, because I thought, where am I going to be able to live other than probably going into some like shared house or something, which is what I never really wanted to do in the first place, and then that's what happened anyway. But then I believe it had to happen for this to happen, so I'm kind of glad that I got out of the original house and went into the shared house that led obviously to this place. And then this year, obviously I planned the surprise party. That didn't really go too well, but that is all over. That is all said and done now. You know, we don't need to dwell on the past. There was errors from my end. There was misconfusion between my end and other ends, and everything just got a little bit out of hand. I know a few people were best pleased with the situation, but it's done now. Like I say, I am definitely not going to dwell on it anymore. But I am not going to be in a rush to do something, to plan something like that again. And if I did, there'd be a lot more the initial thinking before I began planning something, and especially on like who gets involved and who helps me, if ever I was to do a little surprise like that again. It was a nice idea that just sadly didn't go to plan. However, there is something in the pipeline. I am up to, well, I'm sort of up to something, but I can't really say too much yet. It's exciting. It's a lot different to what I've done. I say that it's similar to some stuff I've done before, but it's very exciting. I'm not doing it alone, and I'm very, very looking forward to it. All kind of started last weekend as a little conversation at a table, that kind of led to a little bit of initial thinking that has then led to doing a little bit of digging today, to us kind of saying, right, we want to do this, we want to pull this off, we want to get the ball rolling even further. So something is coming. I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't want to give anything away, but I will be revealing in good time. Very exciting. All I'm gonna say is it's gonna be happening a little bit. Something's gonna be happening a little bit later in the year. All I can really hint is like it's gonna be towards like the late summer. So it'll be sort of like towards the back end of the summer, coming into like the early autumn. So you know, it'll just be getting a little bit darker on the night. Maybe it'll be getting just a little bit cooler, but it won't be like mega into like, you know, where it's like really cold, but it, you know, it'll be getting sort of where it soon will be, providing when this actually happens. But it's going to be around anywhere from sort of like the late summer, sort of into the early autumn. So you know, all I'm gonna say is just keep an eye out. I'll be making updates on socials as and when there will be, you know, when it will be the right time to update them. And like I say, this is not just something I'm doing. This is like a joint effort. So everything is, you know, the both of us are doing things towards this. And all I'm going to say is it's going to be really fun if it all goes to plan. We're just in kind of like the discussing, the planning stages, the just kind of seeing like what's feasible, what's not feasible, you know, are we biting off more than we can chew kind of thing. And then we're just going to kind of go from there. But we got some answers today. We got a little bit more further on with kind of like finding out initial information. So it's going to be a shed load of fun. But Bounce Elements, that is going to be a fun one. August the 3rd at the Sanctuary Bar in Scarborough. It's going to go off. The last event went off. The event before that went off. The event before that went off. They always go off. This one is going to be no different. If anything, it's going to be even better. And I hope you all come and party and rave and dance and celebrate the fact that this amazing brand is turning 3 years, and that we do something that is absolutely mind-blowing with Bounce Elements, and something that will be completely 100% off the scale. You can go to Skiddle, Bounce Elements, you can get your tickets, they're selling fast. They'll be selling even faster now the main lineup has dropped, and it's going to be absolutely off the scale. Gamma, WizKid, Storm, Dougal, Jacoby, we've got Fallon, we've got Enemy, we've got Kirby, we've got Alan Ben, we've got Swag, we've got James Avon, we've got Lukey G, we've got Healy, we've got Winnie B, we've got Nico, we've got Fergs, we've got an absolute stacked lineup. We've got Sims, you know, we've got DJ Sims in the second room, so it's going to be absolutely heaving. So make sure you get yourself there, and get yourselves down to having a good time with the Bounce Elements crew. And not forgetting, this Saturday we are in Manchester for Hardcore Addiction. Ryan Garner is headlining. Mandy Edge is singing live. PA, who worked alongside Recon, sang some absolute tunes, including Reasons, Like a Rainbow. She also was the vocal that I believe behind See the Light. She also did See the Light, if I remember right. So absolute classic tunes. She'll be singing them live, and then there's a whole load of other talent from Defective, Kayleen Scar. We've got myself MCing. We've got MC Dukins. So we've got a good little lineup. I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be all fine and absolutely dandy. So keep an eye out, as I'll be, you know, doing kind of like the aftermath, and if there's anything worth sort of like videoing, then I'll do some videos. I've got some videos to put up actually from the gig last weekend, so from the one in Grimsby on Friday, and I'm still waiting to find some footage from the kids' rave and some pictures. There's nothing gone up yet. There was obviously there was cameras on stage and stuff, and there was people filming in the crowd. There was one little 10-second video, and it didn't show us, but I knew it was my set because I could hear the music, and it was more just of like a family just having fun on the dance floor. And they were just kind of thanking, you know, that Danny, who would put the rave on, and just kind of said like, look, it's you know, we had a really, really good time, and there was just like a little video. It might not even have been 10 seconds. It was really short. I could just picture one of the tracks. I could hear one of the tracks and knew it was you know what I dropped, and you can just briefly hear the layman on the mic as well. But it would really would not be worth uploading, because you know, like, you can't really tell it. So like, I only know it's us because I recognise the song and I just briefly hear Layman's voice. But from like somebody who's just browsing on a YouTube perspective, it would just look like a video of a family dancing for a couple of seconds, and it'd put it up as a reel, and it'd just be a little bit pointless. So I'll keep looking out. I keep checking on the socials to see if any of the pages go, you know, like the lodge, if they put any like pictures up or any of the videos. And then I also just keep an eye out to see if like anything else pops up. One of my friends said that someone had put some stuff on Snapchat, but I don't use Snapchat and I don't know who it was. It was somebody who, it was a dad apparently with tattoos, and I think I do recall seeing the guy there, but I wouldn't know who he was called, and you know, what you know, how to find him on any forms of social. So that's gonna do it. Make sure to like, comment, share, all of that good stuff. We're nearly at the weekend again. Let's do this, and get yourselves to Bounce Elements.